Okay, here we are in Woolfe, the Red Hood Diaries for the final part of the first half. That is heading home. Now, I'm going to edit out the deaths here because if you want to get all the Woolfe emblems, you're probably going to die because one of them's in a really awkward spot. This is your normal side-scrolling level from, say, World 1-4 of Mario 3. Basically, the screen is constantly moving to the right. If you fall too far behind, you automatically die. And our objective here is just race Woolfe to Granny's house. So here's the scene we skipped in the last video.
An old woman spotted me one summer day, wandering the shores of this lake. I must have been 3 years old. Calmly, she kneeled by my side. "Where's your mother, dear?" Trembling, I replied, "She's fast asleep."
So, grabbing the Woolfe emblem from the previous level, and here's our first flashback of sorts.
She took me home, cooked me a meal, and drew me a bath. When folding my cape, Mother's locket fell to the floor. She picked it up and instantly turned pale. Could it be the grandchild she'd been praying for? She stumbled outside towards her son, who was in the garden shoveling weed. "Joseph, come inside. There's someone you must meet." I remember him walking through the door. He looked at me as if I were a ghost. I recognized the charcoal man in the picture, in the flesh at last. The father Mom told me to look for, minutes before she passed.
Next story piece is the tree.
Traumatized and confused, I hardly spoke the first few days. I was afraid to be alone and terrified in the dark, for it reminded me of that place. After a while, I grew more comfortable in the little house wrapped around the tree, and I slowly opened up to my newfound family.
So that's where that concept art is for, I guess. It's kind of whirly, so can't be certain, but it's the only thing that kind of makes sense. Final scene.
With the few words I knew back then, I told Father and Granny about the angry men, about my life in dust and darkness, and the tunnel Mother dug to set me free. About the dreadful day when she handed me her locket, bid me to go find my father, and gave her own life to help me flee. My sweet, sweet grandma, she's probably setting the table, clueless of what she's about to get on her plate. I hope I'm not too late. Dusk is hiding around the corner, and I'm guessing so is Woolfe.
And here we go.
Oh my, there he is! The devil in person. Wheels against heels? Seriously? You're not gonna get away with this!
That was not me who cut her off. So for this first part, I recommend staying along the bottom. Slide underneath this one, then jump back up. Now for the next part, we need to go up by him.
You forgot one thing, Woolfe! I know this forest by heart.
So we slide under. Now this time we want to take the route on the bottom because it's going to take us to a Woolfe emblem. Now this one, I don't think I'm going to... Can I make it over there?
What the hell?
It's tricky to come back from that one. Now emblem number 2 is right down here. So you need to smash these. Doing so will cause wolves to spawn. You can either fight them or try to lure them over here like I did last time.
Fetch!
So as the next batch of wolves come out, I'm going to collect the magic and health.
Play dead. Good boy.
And I thought I killed 2 with that one spell, but apparently not. Okay, once that's down, you can jump over and keep going. Emblem number 3 is right here. That was the carriage concept art. Emblem number 4 is in the crate right there. Until disappearance do us part unlocked, and I'll go over the diary entries on the final window, but here is the final battle with Woolfe, and you can see the emblem right there on our left.
Don't you dare, Wolf! Don't you dare hurt her with your filthy claws! Please, no. I'll put down my axe. Whatever it takes. I beg you. Let her go! Okay, if that's how you want to play. Granny, no! Go inside. Please! Let me deal with these beasts.
Granny can hold her own, believe it or not. She heals after every wave of wolves, so she takes a lot of damage, don't really sweat it. She gets taken hostage once you clear the waves of wolves, and then you get a little bit of one-on-one time with Woolfe himself. He spawns right here. So we have... Now, get out of the way of those. Those can really do a number on you. So you can hit him twice, then parry if you so choose. Doesn't really matter, because you can heal off of these wolves.
You filthy cur!
And Granny can kill these for you, so if you're too badly injured, you can just let her take command.
Red, your hands. Give me your hands.
And here's our final spell.
Huh? Why? Kind of busy here, Grams.
Look at him. Absorb that evil grin. Now, channel your anger. That's how you will win.
What?
I'll explain later.
Okay, now he has a new trick up his sleeve. Now go purely into evasion mode once that happens, otherwise you're gonna take a hit like I am right here. Ooh. Okay, like usual, avoid his little solar flare move. And we're in decent shape.
Play dead. Good boy.
And like I said, don't be afraid to let Granny tank. She gets her health back every wave, and this is our final stand with Woolfe. Granny's down. No. So right here he's glitched, he's not doing anything, but you have to use the wolf spell to finish him
Hurts,
off.
doesn't it? You reap what you sow, Wolf. I wish I could say now we're even, but we're not. An orphan I am, and an orphan I'll be. Your blood won't bring back what you took from me. But at least, my mind has peace. So long, Wolf.
So with Wolf out of the picture, who's the boss in part 2, you wonder?
Granny! I did it! We did it! It's over. It's all right. I'm home, and Wolf, at last, is dead. Oh, Grandma, you're hurt. Here, I'll carry you to bed.
My child, before I go, there's some things you need to know.
You're not going anywhere. Don't talk like that.
Listen, please. It's not over. This is a battle beyond Wolf versus our family. The people of Ulrika need you to make things right and set them free.
Wait. Now it's my job to save an entire city? A city that was never even my home.
Remember the trick with your hands. You're the only one who can.
So I'm some kind of chosen one? Well, I didn't choose to be.
If choice was stronger than fate, your father...
Yes. Let's talk about my father. And the army of cruelty he created.
Don't think ill of him. Your life was at stake. Wolf made him sign a pact he couldn't break.
You lied to me.
Only to protect you.
Hey, don't we... We'll talk in the morning. You need some sleep.
Please, sweet Red, do not forget. Ulrika needs you. The girls. Save the girls. And stop the machines. I unleashed a beast. Oh, how I curse my own spell. Forgive me, child. I meant well.
Granny! You're raving! I don't... Wait. What's that noise? No!
To be continued. So I am going to go ahead and let the credits play. As for my thoughts about the game, it looks like it's two different games kind of mashed together that don't quite complete one another. You have the platforming elements, which are decent on their own, but then when you reach a forest adrift, it just becomes really awkward. And then the other half that doesn't make any sense is the whole combat system. There's no real depth to it, it's just swing twice, depending on what it is. Sometimes you don't even have to stop it twice. Then step aside as they dodge, or they attack, then dodge and mow them down, and repeat as necessary. So are these the Kickstarter backers? I wasn't really paying attention to it, to be honest. And that was a lot faster than I figured it would be. Let's go into the diary. So here's Married Without Children. You can read about it here. 3 years into the marriage, children weren't in their book. It was time to turn the page. Did you know that one source of inspiration for the story of Woolfe is this old Cherokee tale? One evening, an elderly Cherokee told his grandson about a battle that goes on inside people. He said, "My son, the battle is between two wolves inside us all. One is evil. It is anger, envy, jealousy, sorrow, regret, greed, arrogance, self-pity, guilt, resentment, inferiority, lies, false pride, superiority, and ego. The other is good. It is joy, peace, love, hope, serenity, humility, kindness, benevolence, empathy, generosity, truth, compassion, and faith. The grandson thought about it for a while, thought about it for a minute, then asked his grandfather, "Which wolf wins?" The old Cherokee replied, "The one you feed." Here we have Woolfe's carriage. Until disappearance do us part. So this one is pretty important to read. Bad news, you're in hell. Forced to work day and night. She grew weak and exhausted, and then fainted in the shift. So Roxanne was pregnant during the whole slave labor thing, and that only raises more questions, right? So here's Granny, and then the big bad wolf. And that's it for part 1. So I went ahead and figured out where everything was so I could record this all in one weekend, because Life is Strange episode 2 is coming out, and I need to be ready for that. A lot of things are popping up at once, especially since I have one other thing kind of sitting on the back burner. And, well, we'll see how long till things can thin out a bit for me. So, until we return with Life is Strange, I'm the Hero of Light. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.